Hey everybody, Don McGee here, your wellness strategist and nutrition evangelist, and I am still in Croatia. We are wrapping up a cooking class and about to sit down for lunch. I wanted to talk about, so you can see my apron here. So I wanted to talk about some systems that people use for cooking. Right. So, what did we do first this morning? We gathered together and we went to the markets. We went to the fish market and we picked out what is fresh. And then we went to the meat market and we got some of the um, cured meats so that we could have a snack before we cooked. And we got some of the fresh meats and they grind them fresh on site, right? We don't get a lot of that in the US, but we certainly got them over here. And then we went to the green market and we picked out the vegetables that were best and the fruits. And so we're making a feast with some tomato soup and with some stuffed peppers with some of the fresh ground meat mixture, which is a combination of beef and pork, and we have some zucchini fritters, and we had some, of course, some of the charcuterie with the meats and the cheeses and the fresh bread that's made under this bell. Amazing. And so the systems, right? You may be saying, Dawn, this sounds like a little bit of fun and a little bit of chaos, and okay, maybe a little bit, but the systems are this: is you go to the market in the morning and you find out what's fresh. And then you decide what you're going to cook for the rest of the day, right? Now, in the US, we don't often have systems like that. We typically do a weekly shopping, and that's cool. So, in the US, a system might look like, what do I want to make this week? Let me pick out a couple of recipes and let me go find the things that I need for that. Or you might go a little bit more European and you might decide that you're going to go to the fish monger and see what's fresh. And then you'll decide what you're going to make. You can do it either way. Begin with the end in mind. However you decide to look at what the end is, right? You may want the best, freshest stuff, or you may want to decide ahead of time what you're going to make. Either way, you've got a system there where you are planning your meals for the week so that you know what you're going to feed your body is going to be good, fresh, delicious, and fuel you in a protein, fat, and carb balanced kind of way. So you've got the fuel you need, right? These are the types of systems that I encourage you to start thinking about how you can add them into your life, and in a way that, again, like all of our other systems, they're not confining, they make your lives easier. And so for me, what do? I have fresh fish delivered every week. I par cook it so that it is ready to go quickly when I want to do a weeknight dinner, if my weeknights are busy. I have fresh meat delivered quarterly, so I'll have something cooked. And I do typically use Sundays to cook. And I'll cook up some sausages that are fresh. There's nothing in them besides the meat and the spices. I may cook up a roast that I can grab when I want. I will slow cook some chicken. So all of these things, the proteins are sort of the long pull in a meal, and so they're ready to go. I can easily stir fry some vegetables or cut up some raw vegetables and make something so that I'm not scratching my head on a weeknight wondering, what am I going to eat? Other people pick a menu for the week, and then you can decide what you're going to make, and you can pre-cook some of the meals as much as you can. You can freeze them and then reheat them. So many different ways to approach this, but the key is to decide what works for you in your life and build it around those systems. So I hope that this was helpful to you. There'll be more from Croatia. I hope you're following me on Instagram and you get to see some of the pictures from our cooking classes and from our market trips and all of that. And as always, what I hope for you is that you live a life that you love without giving up the things that bring you joy. Until next week, ciao.